sir. You want hand sanitizer? Made in the USA.
That's all right. Love, you can see it right there. Okay. Got a little flash here.
Okay.
Here we go.
Anybody want to get up? Okay. Does anybody want to get up? Thank you so much. Okay, it is the open. Oh, you're free. Okay. Well, I'll look for it. Thank you. What decent woman would?
Is it the same drill?
Well, right here. Focus, COVID, it's more COVID concern focus of the Trump rally. We'll be on the show of force with White House reporter Kristen Holmes. Kristen's going to handle Trump.
Okay, there's going to be that double bourbon. Just wait. Hey, there is nothing better than Don Creek maple. Oh, have you had Don Creek maple? Oh, that is the smoothest fucking bourbon. It is good. You can, no, Don Creek maple is 10 times better. Oh, so it's Knob Creek is so much better than what's sold out of the Jets.
Sir, you want hand sanitizer? Made in the USA.
Gotta get it on. Get everybody in. That's all right. Love, you can see it right there. Got a little flash here.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay, kids. Does anybody want to put on? Are you taking one? Thank you so much. Okay, and it's the open. Oh, you're free. Okay.
Great job. So
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you taking the time to speak with us. Also want to let you know, to all of our viewers who are new watching us for the first time, I want to make sure, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that giant red subscribe button at the bottom. That really helps us out and lets YouTube know that people enjoy our content. Also want to make sure you follow us and engage with us on social media. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at RSB Network. Again,
We're
that's
so
at...
close to 100,000 on Twitter.
We are
so
very close. Yes.
Go get
I
us to
think
100,000.
today's the day.
Today's absolutely the day. We have over 20,000 watching live on YouTube right now. So if only 4,000 of y'all will go over to YouTube and subscribe to at RSB Network. Yeah, what did I say?
YouTube.
Go to Twitter and subscribe to us at RSB Network. We post a lot of behind the scenes stuff as well as our schedule. As soon as Trump rallies are announced, we are on it. So follow us over there. Help us beat this algorithm against conservative news outlets and help us just get President Trump reelected in 2020.
Yeah, fantastic. Twitter and Instagram at RSB Network. Again, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the like button. A little thumbs up below the video if you're new to YouTube. Hit that. That really helps us out. Also, you can go follow us and like our page over on Facebook. Facebook, Right Side Broadcasting Network. You'll see it. We have the blue check next to us. Make sure you're following us and liking there for similar content as well. This is just the beginning. We're only an hour in to what is likely going to be a 10 to 12 hour broadcast today. We're going to be out here for another hour before we move inside. We have a 3-camera setup. We're going to be on the rooftop. We're going to be outside with the president speaking, and we're going to be inside where the president is also speaking. Yes, you heard that right. If you're just tuning in, the president is going to be speaking twice today. Once outside at a stage and once inside the BOK Center just off to my right. So 2 speeches for the president today. He's probably going to be able to speak directly to over 50,000 people, which is going to be awesome. In addition, if you have been missing the president's content, missing his rallies, he's probably going to speak for 2 to 3 hours today. So it's going to be fantastic. Lots of President Trump coverage. There's some... I wouldn't call him a lone protester moving in for what looks like is a photo op. We've seen a lot of that recently. People, instead of protesting, they're coming out here for dramatic social media photo shoots. So she seems to be posing in the middle of Trump supporters, which is interesting. Obviously, she has a right to free speech and to do whatever she wants, but she appears to be doing a photo shoot, which is an interesting tactic, I will say. Also, we're going to have our cameraman pan the crowd for just a second here.
Some brave activism.
That is some brave activism right there. We're going to have the cameraman pan the crowd for just a minute, and we're going to be right back.
Say thank you again to our partners, Disme Coins. Again, that's DISMEcoins.com. They have been so good to us over the past, I'd say year at least, that they've been partnering with us. So they help get us
sent you. Now, Zoe, we've seen this lady back here peacefully protesting, fully exercising her legal right to do so. But would you call this protesting or would you call this virtue signaling?
I would call it a opportunity for a photo op. But anyways, so I have been told that there is a Black Lives Matter protest that will be happening today around 5 p.m. just a couple of blocks from here. I'm speaking to some others. So some people apparently will be making their way here to kind of counter the support our president has been receiving. But yeah, it's just very interesting to see the crowd out here and to hear the different perspectives. I'm happy to hear the different perspectives, and as long as it's in a civil matter and they're still respectable. So yeah. Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you so much, Zoe. We're going to start walking the line here. I know we've been kind of hovering around the beginning for a little bit, but we know all of you are dying to see just how many people have come out today to support the president. So I'm going to kind of walk backwards, so you watching at home, make sure you let me know if I'm going to hit anything. Make sure you message me. But yes, we're going to move down this line and show you just how far it stretches, how many blocks it stretches. There have been over 1 million ticket requests. Yes, 1 million ticket requests for this rally. Now, as you know, tickets do not guarantee entry, but you do have to have a ticket to enter. The BOK Center seats about just under 20,000 people, about 19,100, 200-ish, and some change. And then outside, they have a venue set up with the outdoor stage that is estimated to hold between 30 and 40,000 people. The president's going to be speaking outside at 6 p.m. and then inside at 7 p.m. So he's going to have the potential to address over 60,000 people in person. This is the first campaign rally. You can see just to my left, we have someone here for a photo op, which is pretty cool. That was sarcasm, by the way. Yes, the president is going to be speaking to around 60,000 people. This is the first campaign rally where he's spoken inside and outside, spoken twice, and the campaign wanted to pull out all the stops to make sure they could accommodate as many people as possible. Now, the line, I don't really know where the line goes. It must be more this way, doesn't it? But I think, does it snake back there? Because I know it's over by our hotel as well. It's hard to tell. There's like 14 different lines going on at different blocks, and we're not entirely... Oh, there are some more protesters here. We have someone calling this a KKK rally, which is very interesting because, Zoe, question for you. That person over there is calling this the KKK rally. Can you remind our viewers at home who started the KKK? Was it the Republicans?
Yeah,
or...
let's remind the viewers that the Democratic Party was actually the one who started the KKK movement, and was it Republicans? Republicans were the ones who advocated for the end of slavery. So, yeah, so it's just very interesting to see the perspective and the misinformation that's been going around by liberals and Democrats calling us...
Who started Planned Parenthood?
Oh, who started Planned Parenthood? Was that Margaret a Singer? Someone who mentioned that she wanted to basically use abortion to eliminate the black population. Paraphrasing here, but if you look her up, you can see all that information. So it's just funny to me to hear people say that our president is racist, and it's funny to me to hear other people carry on that incorrect logic. It's very interesting. So for those of you who might say that, please let me know the things that he has said that is racist, and I will gladly, I guess recant. Yeah, fact check. Let's do a fact check. Yes. Exactly. But yes, let's go ahead and take a look this way. It's getting pretty crowded. The line is starting to form here. It's always so interesting to see people in their gear. So I'm always excited to see what's the next interesting Trump gear that I'll see. So I'm pretty excited about that. So yeah. Let's either. Which way do you want to walk? So let's maybe either. Let's see, because I know around our hotel, the line started to form. We were able to see actually outside our window people lining up since basically 7 a.m. this morning. But yeah, it's kind of hard since we are here to kind of get an overall perspective to see how large the crowd is. But we're just trying to locate basically the beginning of the line or the end of the line. But yeah, so yeah. Seeing people out here supporting, everyone seems to be peaceful, happy, very encouraging. I'm always excited to get out here and talking with other people who are like-minded. It's refreshing. But yeah, so protest. Yeah.
Well,
So,
I appreciate that she was here,
thank you, Jordan.
at least kindly engaging in discussion with you. Yeah. See, we don't have to always agree, but it's good. I mean, you respected her, she respected you, and at the end of the day, we can dissent, but we don't have to yell at each other. So great job to you. I kind of want to go over to those protesters and be like, hey, do you know who started the KKK? Are you aware? Do you know that you're the ones you're protesting yourself? Are you aware?
You guys are fighting against yourselves. What you do best.
It's very interesting. The hypocrisy and the irony never is lost on me. It's always intriguing. I doubt the guy knows what he's protesting. I doubt he's taking the time to engage with any of the supporters here and ask them, because I don't think anyone here endorses the KKK. I don't think anyone here is saying, racist. I haven't met anyone who's racist.
No, and that's not the first thing I think about. I don't look at someone and say, I wonder if they're racist.
Yeah.
I wonder if they hate me because I'm black. No, I'm afraid. I'm happy.
I think you've had a pretty good time here. I don't think anyone's shown hate to you.
No one's shown hate or anything.
Very
skin color.
peaceful and kind, and we've had some great dialogues. I think so, Liz. We're going to try and move this way. We're going to we've heard this is the main line, this is the main entrance, but we've heard there's multiple lines around the city and seen multiple lines around the city. I just don't think the communication quite made it to where, okay, everyone needs to diverge here. I think we saw people waiting on the other side of the venue, which is just for media, so I think it's a little bit discombobulated as far as where the entrance is, but I'm sure people will find out. It's still early. It's only 11 a.m. here. Reentry usually at most rallies doesn't start till 2 or 3 p.m., so for the gates to be open before 11 a.m. is a first for me, for sure, for a rally at 7 p.m. We were in Vegas when the rally started at noon and gates opened at an ungodly hour, 5 a.m. I think that's just for attendees, because they're doing health screenings there and handing out masks. You enter the gates, the queue to go back and forth.
How would we get to media entry?
We're going to have to walk all the way around. So we can kind of start migrating there and see if we find lines on the way, possibly. I mean, there's a line over by our hotel. There's a line over by media entry and cut through. I'm just wondering if there's people around this corner. Tucked. I'm interested to find out. Do you want to see? Well, we're going to leave you with a beautiful shot of this crowd behind us, and we're going to quickly try and figure out where this line goes, because we know you all want to see it at home.
Will you walk this crowd a few times, and we're going to look around the corner?
Trump will hold a massive rally tonight. This could be one of the biggest. This is probably the biggest we've ever been to here at Right Side. And in case you didn't know, if you're watching this for the first time and you haven't heard about us and you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, because we are at every single one of these Trump rallies. We don't miss any of them. We, during 2016, went to all of them. We got over 350 million views. We're the only media outlet that is there at every single one of them, that broadcasts them from start to finish. We are live for at least 8 hours for every rally. And we are here in Tulsa today, and we are pulling out all the stops for you today. We have a rooftop camera today in Tulsa. So that will be turned on around 2 or 3 o'clock local time, where you'll be able to see the large overflow in the crowds. You'll be able to see just how many people there are. And of course, we'll be inside the venue as well in Tulsa, where in the Box Center, we'll be able to show you the full program, from the opening speakers to the national anthem, all the way to the President of the United States. He will speak at both venues. He'll be outside and inside today, so we'll be able to bring you coverage of all of it. You won't have to go anywhere. So share this stream. Only one place to watch the rally. Fox News isn't going to show you what we show you. They cut away from the president sometimes, but we never do that here at RSBN. So if you want to support us to help us get to rallies, we are viewer supported. We aren't funded by any big corporation.
Okay, everyone, we're going to head back to the line that we were just at, show you guys a little bit more as people are entering President Trump's rally. Again, we're Right Side Broadcast Network. We are live in Tulsa, Oklahoma. This is President Trump's first official campaign rally since the pandemic struck, so everyone is just really excited to get out here, to be free again, and to support their president. This presidential election is going to come faster than we can even believe. There's only basically a few months, so President Trump is eager to get back on the trail, and that's what he's doing today, despite the Dems constantly trying to shut down today's rallies with lawsuits, curfews, many restrictions. The campaign prevailed. We're out here today. It's been a beautiful day. There have not been, maybe we've seen 2 counter campaign, I wouldn't even call them protesters. Is he? Oh, okay. Please hold. Are new to our channel, RSBN is here to provide full coverage of President Trump's rallies. We have been doing this since before the 2016 election, and our goal is to really make it seem like you're here to provide interviews, to show you the lines, and we're completely live. So that's really the gist of things. We don't do edits or anything like that, so that we won't be fake news ever. We're really excited. This is President Trump's first official campaign rally since the pandemic. He was eager to get back on the trail and start campaigning for his 2020 victory, and we're eager, just as eager, if not more, to get out there and to support him and to provide this coverage to you guys. So thank you for sticking with us the past few months. It has just been a really long and strange time, but we're so excited to get back on the road. So let's head on back down. We'll talk to you guys a little bit more. If you have questions, let me know. You can tag me in the YouTube super chat. Again, my name is Liz Willis, so just tag Liz. It should pop up, and let's go see these lines, see what's happening down here as we get closer. They are doing these pedestrian gates, so they're about 10 feet tall, and they are encompassing the arena and the surrounding blocks. So the security is pretty tough today. We're getting set up last night as well. Where this is not set up, there are also these cement barricades that will prevent cars from getting into this area. So high security, but so far it looks like it was just a measure of precaution, not totally necessary. I understand why they did it. There were threats of Antifa and different terrorist groups trying to come in and scare Trump supporters into not showing up today. But I have yet to see any of that. No rioting, no looting, nothing of the crazy sorts that we've been seeing a little bit of lately. So we're excited to be here again. We have felt totally safe today. Everyone has been nice, warm, and welcoming. But thank you for tuning into Right Side Broadcast Network. Don't forget, we're almost entirely viewer funded, meaning we rely on your support. So don't forget to just make sure you are subscribed to us, following us on Twitter and Instagram at RSB Network. You can subscribe to us on YouTube by clicking the subscribe button right underneath this YouTube video right here. Make sure you give this stream a thumbs up, comment. All of these things help to beat the algorithm. As long as you're interacting with us on social media, it's going to push us towards the top, because sometimes, as you know, it's hard to get up to the top with big tech, who constantly wants to censor conservative viewpoints. So it looks like something might be happening. Some camera crews are going. So if y'all want to go on down, we'll talk you through in whatever we're seeing. Down here towards the left, you see a bunch of media cameras. Jordan, do you want to take this and explain?
Yeah, there's some sort of, I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, it's an interaction between a protester and the police, it appears. Not really sure what it is. The police seem to be arresting somebody. Can't quite get a good view of what's happening, but we're moving. The police are, if our cameraman can come on here, there's somebody being drug out. Oh, it's that lady, the lady in the black dress. The lady in the black dress that was out here earlier for a photo op is being taken away in handcuffs. We're unsure why, but she appears to be being drug away. We're not entirely sure as to why.
You had a ticket, right?
Yes. Yes.
And what? Were you coming here to protest the president's arrival, or were you coming to attend the rally? Tell me why.
So we're unclear as to exactly what's going on, but the lady that we saw out here for a photo shoot earlier, as you can see now, is in handcuffs, being taken away. Don't know why. She said she had a ticket, but was told she was trespassing, and is quite hysterical now. We don't know what's going on, but so yeah, some action for you going on here. She's not, as you can see, there's a whole horde of press going on, or a whole horde of press surrounding her, but she's fully in a black shroud. I don't know what's happening, but it appears she's going to be loaded into this cruiser here, if our cameraman wants to show that. Very interesting scene here. This is the first rally I've ever been at where a protester has been arrested. Very curious as to what happened. Unsure. She must have done something, because they wouldn't have just taken her out for no reason. So we're going to head back this way. I'm going to pass it off to Zoe, see if I can get some more information from these ladies over here as to what went down. Zoe?
Well, I'm glad to see that our president has people out here securing and making sure, or watching and making sure that we are still in a peaceful, having a peaceful time together. Just like he referencing back to his tweets, mentioning how this is not going to be like New York, this is not going to be like Minneapolis. He will take the measure that needs to be taken to make sure that this remains a peaceful assembly. So whatever happened over there, don't know, but keep it coming, keep it peaceful. That's all I have to say. So it looks like they already started letting people through, and I know that there are some checkpoints for health to make sure that everyone gets a mask, everyone has access to Germex, and other safety things. So yeah. We went around the corner to see if there was any more people, but I think a couple of blocks opposite direction from where we are is where the crowd has gathered. But here we are, Jordan.
So that was some excitement for you all today. What I have been told is that she was trespassing. She was arrested for trespassing. This gated area, as you can see behind me, where all these black steel barriers are, I don't know if it's private property, but it's some sort of barrier, obviously, the campaign has set up, and security to ensure a safe environment. So she apparently ran into behind these barriers, and then was trespassing. She claims she has a ticket. She claims she was going to attend the event, but with what she was wearing and with her shirt, I don't assume she was intending to actually go into the event. So she was then apprehended by police, arrested, and put in the cop car over there with charged with trespassing, I assume. So that was that. Some excitement for you, but now we're back here. The crowd has started to file in, as you can see off to my right is where the crowd is going in. They're handing out masks, handing out hand sanitizer, and then leading to temperature checks, which is kind of the lay of the land here. We're going to see if we can maybe get inside the gates here a little bit and show you how these people are filing through, just so you can get a better perspective of what it's like to be here. But we're obviously going to have to check with security to ensure it's okay for us to go beyond this barrier to let you know what is going on there. But for now, we've checked around. This is kind of the main line. As you can see, there's dozens and dozens of chairs that people have now abandoned because they are inside the venue. So people are slowly trickling in still. It is only 11:30. The venue doesn't start till 6 p.m. I'm going to move over here to these cups. Sorry. So there's still people coming in. I mean, we saw lines and lines around the blocks, and I think it's just taking some time for people to fully diverge on this area and get all the communication lined up. But for now, we're going to continue to show you what's going on here. People are kind of mingling, getting ready to go in. There's a lot of journalists around here, a lot of camera crews that continue to kind of cover this area. There hasn't been any violence so far. That was the most aggressive thing that I saw happen, which is kind of shocking. But other than that, it's been very peaceful, very low-key. People just kindly moving into the venue. Liz, what are your thoughts on all of this?
I mean, I'm glad y'all saw that footage, because if we didn't have that lone protester recorded, nobody would believe us that literally there was none today. That's the only one we've seen, besides someone holding up a KKK sign, who actually somewhat assaulted Zoe. They ran straight in her face with it, which is not that cool. So yeah, that's the big scare, that the mayor had a curfew on, and a state of emergency for the city. I don't know if people are going to be busted later or what's happening, but so far it is just people are really excited to be out here to support President Trump. It's been a long time since they've been able to do something like this, obviously. So everyone we've talked to has been excited, happy, and relatively calm, considering a lot of people right now have high anxiety. But those who are here are very calm, very happy, very excited to see their president. Of course, you've got the traditional Keep America Great gear, as well as the Make America Great Again stuff. There's an InfoWars tent set up. We are a few blocks from the arena. You can see it behind me. So we would get closer, but these barricades are preventing us right now because we have a designated media entry. Jordan's going to ask if we can go in. Things are just running really smoothly here. It was logistically, I'm sure, a nightmare for the campaign to set this one up because there was such high threats of people coming and causing panic for Trump supporters, but so far so good. They've done a great job at just making sure that security is tight, everything is well organized, and we're excited to be here. I have felt safe the entire time.
You can go in there and just go right here if you want to get that as the background.
Okay, let's go in. Let's go get our temperatures checked, guys.
We don't have to do that, but we can just set up in this open area right here.
Again, don't forget to check out Disme Coins. That's DISME Coins. They sell copper and silver coins and bars and a lot of
to come through and move into the rally venue. Off to my right here, if our cameraman wants to show, there are signs for face masks. Each attendee is being given a face mask as they walk into the BOK Center here, as well as hand sanitizer. Then they go through this kind of misting area. As you can see, there's lots of big fans with mist to keep people cool. And then they're snaking their way all the way up through here until you see those nurses in the purple gowns back there, who are assessing attendees, taking their temperature, checking for symptoms to ensure that everyone is healthy and safe going into the venue. Then you can kind of see through the trees too. Off to my left is the actual BOK Center where the president's going to be speaking. So there is a bit of a maze to get from here to there, but that is all in the name of safety. As you can see, these giant barriers have been erected around this area. to make sure the perimeter is kept large and to make sure that everyone inside is safe and that everyone outside is safe as well. So lots of precautions being taken. Obviously, very heavily armed National Guard policemen here in this area, making sure everything goes off smoothly. This looks more like an inauguration day to me than it does a rally. I have never seen this much security at a rally. However, with everything going on, with the riots, with the protests, so on and so forth, that is why there is this much security and this heightened level of anticipation.
I think that's an important thing to kind of emphasize, because a lot of the negative media, the fake news, was saying that President Trump was actually putting his supporters and really the city of Tulsa in danger by having this rally. But if you look at these really extreme security measures, he was doing just the opposite, really trying to, I don't know the word for it, be able to have this rally because America needs it. He needs to win again in 2020, but at the same time, everyone does need to be careful. Anxiety is high within the United States right now. There are some crazy people out there. So the campaign did not take any shortcuts in providing security to make sure that those who are here are inside safely. They will not have to do with the rioters or the looters. You can see we're completely surrounded by these fences. There is a surplus amount of security to my left. Lots of, it looks like police officers right there. We also have the National Guard. I think I'm safer here than sitting at my house right now. So thank you for tuning in. Again, we are Right Side Broadcasting Network, and if you're curious about what you can expect from today, we are literally going to provide you everything President Trump rally. So we started this broadcast at 10 a.m. Central. We will be live outside until 12. At that point, we will split up into teams. A bunch of us will head inside to the arena and set up that camera and the media risers. We will turn that on as soon as we're ready to go, and you'll actually be able to see everyone fill in. This is a good point. You can because you see everyone filling in individually, and then of course outside as we're doing these interviews this morning, you got to see us talk to all these strangers. Fake news says that these people are bussed in, they're paid actors. None of those paid actors would be able to hold up these conversations. The type of passion, I mean, it just obliterates that false narrative that the left is trying to paint for Trump rallies. These people are passionate. They come out days in advance to line up for President Trump rallies. And it's our job and our mission to show you all of this, to show you the truth about what's going on here. These people want President Trump reelected, and they don't care what it's going to take. They want to come out and show their support, even if there's threats of Antifa and other groups coming to really terrorize them. So again, from 10 to 12, we're going to be out here. We have a little bit, about 30 minutes left, showing you as people are still filing in, getting in line, going through the process. Keep in mind, we are six and a half hours early before President Trump is even scheduled to take the stage. Again, we're 6.5 hours early before Trump is scheduled to take the stage. That's absolutely mind-blowing. Just incredible the type of crowds he's able to draw. So at 12 o'clock, we will break from here, but we'll be replaying some interviews from earlier, so stay tuned, don't go anywhere. This is all going to be a simultaneous stream. We're going to get in, set up, go live. We're actually going to have a second cameraman on a rooftop that you cannot see from here, but we have that location set up already, so we'll be able to show you the overflow that is rumored to happen with around 30 to 40,000 people based on the numbers of people requesting tickets. So we will show you angles from everything happening today. RSBN is your rally source for all things President Trump Keep America Great rally, especially today in Tulsa, Oklahoma. If you want to support us, please know that we are almost entirely viewer funded, meaning we rely solely on your Elbow hug. My favorite photographer for the campaign. But this is the first time in campaign history that President Trump is doing 2 speaking locations. So he's going to speak outside and then come inside. They're doing this because this arena holds roughly 19,000 people. However, over 1 million tickets were requested for this event. So knowing that supply and demand and how many people wanted to come, the campaign brainstormed, came out with this creative idea just to have them in 2 locations. It sounds like a Secret Service nightmare, but got to do it for the people. Give them what they want. So he'll be speaking out there at 6. We'll be covering that. And then when he comes in, we've got all that too. So a great day full of pre-speakers, different arenas and views. I'm going to hand the microphone back over to Jordan in just a moment. He's going to talk to you all a little bit more about Disney, how they've supported us. Excuse me.
Thank you so much, Liz. I'm sure Liz covered a bunch of wonderful things, but yes, we want to 20 to 30 minutes from now, in anticipation of the president's arrival. We have to get set up. There's a whole logistics thing going on here for those of you who have never been to a rally or are unaware. And the press is a little bit different than the main attendees. There's a designated time where we have to go in. We're going to have to go through the same temperature checks, the health screenings, and security screenings to get up on the risers inside the BOK Center. We're also going to have a crew up on the rooftop doing a bird's eye view of the overflow crowds, the main stage. So you're going to have the best experience possible if you aren't able to make it to the rally. So yes, the best experience possible is going to be right here on Right Side Broadcasting Network. Our goal is to make you feel like you are at one of these rallies from the comfort of your own home. We're going to be broadcasting for hours and hours more, probably 8 to 10 more hours today. We're going to be doing pre-coverage inside, possibly talking to some Trump campaign officials, broadcasting all of the pre-speakers, the president's outdoor address, the president's indoor address, the vice president's address, you name it, we are going to have it right here. It's uninterrupted. It's going to be continuous, live, all day long. You don't have to cut away. You don't have to change channels whatsoever. So get a drink, get a snack, sit back and relax. And thank you so much for tuning in to Right Side Broadcasting Network. If you're just joining us, we want to welcome you and let us know a few ways you can interact with us on social media outside of our day-to-day rally coverage. We are on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, you name it, we are there. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at RSB Network. Again, that's at RSB Network on Twitter and Instagram. You can also, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that big red subscribe button at the bottom of your screen and click the like button. That lets YouTube know that you enjoy our content and helps the algorithm aggregate our videos to the top. Make sure you're liking and following us over on Facebook at Right Side Broadcasting Network. You'll see a little blue check. The perimeter barrier, these giant black metal gates that are surrounding us, this is pushed a few blocks out from the arena, the biggest perimeter I've seen at a rally thus far. This looks more like an inauguration day setting versus a political rally. Went through the first security checkpoint, which is just kind of a general scan. Make sure you're not bringing in your bags, anything you're not supposed to be. You then move in, you grab a mask, you get hand sanitizer, you move on to a health screening where they're going to take your temperature, ask you if you have any symptoms. If you fail twice, you're going to be asked to leave the venue. However, if you pass, will continue on to U.S. Secret Service screening, where you go through the MAG the magnetic scanners, which is kind of a metal detector. They're going to wand you down, make sure you are safe and good to go. You're not bringing anything that would harm yourself or attendees or, of course, the president inside. And then after you go through all of those steps, you can make your way inside the BOK Center. The BOK Center seats just under 20,000 people, about 19,000 and some change. We anticipate each and every one of those seats being packed. In addition, we also have the outdoor area, which probably holds 30 to 40,000 people in front of the main outdoor stage where the president will also be speaking, and they're having what they call 45 Fest, which is kind of music, and it's kind of like a giant block party. There's food there, there's food trucks, you can get all sorts of stuff, and just have yourself a good time. So lots going on today. The campaign did not hold back, no holds barred for this first rally since the pandemic started. It's been nearly 4 months since the pandemic hit America. The last rally was Charlotte, North Carolina. Right before that, it was Charleston, South Carolina. And then now, 3.5 months later, we are here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The president wanted to start off with a bang, and that is certainly what they are doing here. We also anticipate upcoming rallies in the coming weeks, possibly in Arizona, Florida, North Carolina, maybe even Texas. That is to be announced, but as soon as we hear, we will be sure to let you know on all of our social media channels, so make sure you are tuned in there for the latest updates on the Trump campaign rallies. People are still slowly filing in. Kind of the main bulk of the line that we saw this morning, those hardcore committed people that have been here since Monday, they're already in. And now it's a slow trickle of people. Reminder, it's still the morning. I mean, normally we see people coming in closer to 2, 3, 4 p.m. But this rally, they're not taking anything lightly. And so people started coming in around 10:30 a.m., and it's just been a steady stream since. And they're also trying to maintain social distancing as people go in up to the health checks to make sure that people stay healthy and safe so they can continue to do these rallies safely and effectively. Because obviously if there's a big spike in cases, the rallies might have to go on pause again, and we wouldn't want anything like that to happen. So the Trump campaign is doing everything they can to ensure that the people, the attendees, the president, everyone working stays healthy and stays virus-free, which is the most important thing. I'm going to hop into the YouTube Super Chat and do a few donation shout-outs for you all. I know you've been very active over there. We have over 20,000 of you watching right now, which is incredible this early in the day. I want to thank, first of all, I want to thank our new member, Robert O'Neill. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Also want to thank Gabby Iglesias for your donation. I want to thank David Penn for his donation. He said, I'm so grateful for RSBN. Thank you. And stay blessed. Also want to thank Matt and Megan for their donation. I want to thank James Clark for his donation. Also want to thank Tony Gallardo for your donation. Thanks to Spygate Playing Cards. Thank you so much. I want to welcome new member Dragonfly. Welcome to you. Thank you, Out to Ride. He said, great job. Thanks for fighting fake news. Thank you. I want to thank Patrick Walsh. Thank you to DD Righteous. He said, MAGA CAG, RSBN is the greatest. Love you guys. Thanks so much for your support. I want to thank Camel Smokes. That God bless you all. I want to thank Serendipity the Soldier. He gave. Thank you so much for your support. A few more rolling in here. Nick Merritt, thanks so much for your support, Nick. Hey said, thank you so much for your donation. And Sherry Harrison. If you donated in the YouTube Super Chat, that's what's popping up on my phone right here. Make sure you get your message in, your donation in, and I will be able to see that that's highlighted on the screen for everyone to see. Also, if you have any questions, make sure to drop those in the comments section below. I'm monitoring that right now, so any questions you have, I'll be able to answer in real time in the YouTube comment section. So make sure you click that Super Chat, type a message, say hello, and let me know of any questions you might have. Been a great day so far. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Liz addressed this a little bit earlier, but we want to go ahead and address it again, and that is the masks. I know there's a lot of people who have some very strong opinions on this. And RSBN's not forcing us to do this. This is not an RSBN decision. Our bosses, none of that, have said you must wear a mask. This is simply a personal choice. This is a personal choice to me and everyone else out here in correlation with CDC guidelines, and CDC recommends wearing a mask when you can't social distance. And I'm really doing it more for our families, for those back home. Obviously, we've been traveling a lot. We've been on planes, cars, you name it, in these crowds. And we all have family members who could be susceptible to the virus. So I may be okay. I have parents my grandparents who are of an older demographic, immunocompromised relatives. I have family members who are organ donors and who have received organ transplants, and they are in the most high-risk groups of this virus. So I would feel awful if I contracted anything and spread it to them, and so I'm really trying to prevent that, trying to make sure that they stay healthy. So I'm not so much worried as I am about transmitting it to them, which is why I wear a mask. I hope you all can respect that, support it, and continue to tune in and watch us here. Obviously, I don't want to be wearing one. It's very uncomfortable. It's very hot.
Medicare 164, case 1147.
One of our longtime viewers and a supporter unfortunately lost his life to the coronavirus, and we wouldn't want any of that to happen ever again. So we're taking precautions here. It is a personal choice, but we appreciate you all for understanding and for sticking with us through this. Some of you asked, where are you standing right now? We are in the beginning of the line here, so we are just inside the outside perimeter where the line starts.
Sure. You want hand sanitizer? Made in the USA.
Can I get show not photo.
Again, no matter what somebody likes,
Everybody is. That's all right. I love you. You can see it right there. Got a little flash here.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay, kids. Does anybody want to know? Thank you so much. Okay, and it's the open.
No, here's the
decent woman.
Is it the same drill?
Well, focus COVID, it's more COVID concern focus on the Trump rally. We're doing a show of force with White House reporter Kristen Holmes. Kristen's going to handle Trump specific.
Okay, there's going to be that double bourbon. Just wait. Hey, there is nothing better than Knob Creek maple. Oh, have you had Knob Creek maple? That is the smoothest fucking bourbon. It is good. No, Knob Creek maple is 10 times better. So it's Knob Creek is so much better than what's sold out of the gel.
Sir, you want hand sanitizer? Made in the USA.
kind of the beginning of it. So someone that had been at a lot of President Trump's rallies and has helped out the campaign a ton. And I just think that, it deserves a minute. So do you mind telling our viewers a little bit about it?
These pins, and I wanted to give them out because this is our friend Ben, and he was a big Trump supporter. And sadly, he died of COVID, but I believe it could have been prevented. He was not seen. He was refused treatment. He only received televisits while his lungs were filling with fluid. He was 24 years old. Had he been seen and a doctor actually listened to his lungs, they could have hopefully prevented his death, but sadly that did not happen, and we miss Ben terribly today. And his family, I can't imagine all that they're going through.
What type of legacy would you say he left behind, or a few words to describe him for those who didn't get to be around him? I'd say he's just really energetic and passionate, but you got to spend a lot more time with him in line and whatnot.
He defines what a great American was. He was fun, he was passionate, and he loved what he was doing. And he had his own political aspirations, and I think he would have gone a very long way with that. He was just a lovely, likable, fun human being, and I really am so sad that he's not here today.
As are we, and I know the campaign is too. I saw a couple of them post photos of him when he passed away, and we're really sorry as well. But so you said you made these buttons?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna need to take one because I think I know someone on the campaign that would love to have it.
Give her a few of them if you would. Yeah. We wanted to remember him today. He's with us today, but I wanted a symbol of that, and
What do you think he would think of today's rally?
He'd be in the front row is what I think.
Absolutely, one of the front row Joes.
And he would have probably gotten here, last week. Who knows? And he would be having a heck of a good time and just having a lot of fun and spirit for the country.
Really awesome. Well, may he rest in peace. But it's really sweet of you to keep him with you today. I know he'd want to be here.
I know it.
So that's a great way to represent it. For those who are interested in getting Just the Tweets, what type of social media accounts do you have, or where can they order these books?
They can order them online at justthetweets.com, and then follow me on Twitter at justthetweets17. Okay. I would appreciate the follows. Twitter has me stifled pretty heavily.
We understand. We understand. All right. Again, that's Trisha Hope with Just the Tweets. Check it out. You can see she's wearing this great outfit today. It looks just like the book. It's a gorgeous book. Really, it is just very aesthetically pleasing.
It has. It's seen its better day. We're going to do a little work. It got rained on yesterday, pretty heavy.
Would you ever do a red one? I feel like it'd be really pretty in red. Maybe the fourth year.
About for the second term, switching the color. We're not sure which way we're going with it, but red or white are in consideration. I like blue. I like white, but my only concern is getting it dirty.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm team red.
Yeah, team red.
Conservative red.
All
right. Thank you. Great. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to grab those in a minute and pass this on to Jordan. Yeah, absolutely.
If the buyers, anybody who's interested in the books, if they'll put in RSBN as a code, we make a donation to you all during the rally.
Thank you so much. Okay, use code RSBN at checkout. That's right. And I'm going to pass this over to Jordan for a moment.
Yes, Trisha and Just the Tweets, they are always wonderful. It's always great to see you guys. We hope you have a great day. Thank you. We're going to migrate this way a little bit, see if we can get a better view of the front of this crowd as people continue to file in leading up to the opening of the doors here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. As you can see, people are packed in there. This is the front of the line. I don't know if you can see, but there's those metal fences, the metal gate. On the other side is kind of the beginning of the entrance where the people will file into the arena today. There are a few more steps to today's rally than usual. Because we are in the middle of a pandemic, there will be health checks. When we went to go preset our equipment yesterday, we had health checks, and each and every rally attendee will be getting a health check today. They're going to be asked if they have symptoms, their temperature will be taken, and then they will be provided a mask and hand sanitizer. So the Trump campaign is doing everything they can to ensure a healthy and safe event so these can continue. Obviously, if there was to be another large spike of the virus, these rallies may have to stop. So the campaign's doing their part to make sure these rallies can continue on as usual from now until November 3rd. So it's going to be a bit longer of a process. They are opening doors earlier today so they can make sure everyone can get into the rally safely and on time. So once we get over there, we'll be able to provide a little bit of a better angle. What we were told yesterday that you can have 2 attempts at the health check. You can get your temperature scanned once, If you pass, you are good to go. If you fail, you can wait a little bit, take it again. If you pass at the second time, you're good to go. However, if you fail, you will be denied entry into the venue. So if you're thinking of coming down here and you are running a fever today, I would encourage you not to, because the health officials here will likely deny you entry into the rally. You can also see the BOK Center. We show that at the top of the broadcast, but that is where the rally will take place. It can hold just under 20,000 people. About 19,200 is the capacity inside that venue, and I assure you each and every seat will be packed. We were in there yesterday for media preset. It's a beautiful, beautiful arena, and it's going to be packed to the brim. As I mentioned, if you are just joining us, we're going to have a full broadcast for you today, bigger than what we usually do. We have a bigger crew here, a 3-camera setup, so we're going to have 3 different angles. We're going to be inside the arena, as always, showing the president's remarks live, panning the crowd, you name it. We're also going to be outside on a rooftop. We have a bird's eye view set up here, so we're going to be showing you the overflow crowds, the outside, and what they're calling 45 Fest here, which is kind of a big celebration in anticipation of the president coming. They have food trucks, live music, pre-speakers. It's going to be an awesome time, so we're going to have a view of that. And the president also, for the first time at a campaign rally, will be speaking twice. He's going to be speaking outdoors first at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern at the big stage. You can't see it from here, but once we migrate over that way, we'll be sure to show you. He's going to be speaking there at 6 o'clock. We're going to bring you that live, of course, and then he's going to be making his way inside and start speaking at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern inside the BOK Center. So the president is going to be speaking at 2 venues, 2 times. So we anticipate he could go on for 2 to 3 hours. So for those of you who have been missing President Trump's rallies, you are sure to get your fill tonight. We're going to move on this way a little bit to kind of get a better view of this crowd. We've been kind of mingling in the back here, but we want to give you a kind of a front row seat. We know you all want that too. So if you follow this camera over, follow me over here, we're going to get a different perspective of this crowd and get a little bit closer to the BOK Center, where these supporters are going to file in just moments from now. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to be out here for about 2 hours from 10 to noon, interviewing people, talking to supporters, asking them just why they're out here supporting the president. At that time, we're going to move inside to the venue, take our place on the podium, get set up, get ready to roll inside, and continue broadcasting from there until the president takes the stage. So it's going to be nearly a 12-hour broadcast from 10 a.m. local time, probably until 9 or 10 p.m. Local time. So it's going to be a full day of coverage. So sit back, relax, get a drink and a snack, and enjoy RSBN's complete coverage of today's Make America Great Again rally with the President of the United States. This is the first rally, as many of you know, since the pandemic began. The last rally was in Charlotte, North Carolina. It has been nearly 4 months since that rally took place. I know the President and the campaign are anxious to get on the campaign trail and very excited to be back. Some campaign officials I've been talking to are absolutely thrilled to be back in on the action, and there are more rallies coming. It's rumored that they will take place in Arizona, Florida, North Carolina, and a whole swath of other states that are critical to the president's re-election in November. So be on the lookout for those, of course. We will let you know when the next rally is announced as soon as we know, and we anticipate that announcement coming in the next few weeks or so. I think the campaign may see, and there we go, the doors have opened. If you want to take a look behind me, the cameraman is going to zoom in. Those gates have opened. They are going to allow supporters to start filing in. There is a whole litany of gates queuing up supporters for the health checks, for the screenings, to check tickets. So it is a bit of a longer process, as I mentioned earlier, where they have to go through the tents to get their temperature taken. And you can see people are running. They are excited to get in. It is just shy of 10:30 local time, and we'll continue to update you on the crowd as they move into the arena. I'm going to pass it off to Liz, who has a special announcement for you all.
Thank you, guys. I want to touch on a subject really quick and knock it out of the way. I want to say thank you for everyone for tuning in, supporting us here at Right Side Broadcasting Network. There's a lot of things going on right now, and let it be known, none of us are scientists, so we are just erring on this side of safety right now. I don't think we really have to explain necessarily why, but just for an example, I live with my parents who are around 65 years old, and if there's a 1% chance that me being out here today and going home is going to make them sick, I don't want to take that. So I go back and forth with wearing my mask, and I do that because I want to not protect myself. I know that I would survive if anything happened, but I do want to protect those around me as well as my family who I go home to. I took this off right now because CDC precautions. I am not within 6 feet of anyone I haven't traveled with right now. We are trying to follow guidelines as best we can. I think it's just better to be safe than sorry in any situation. Keep in mind that we are not just here to hang out. We're here to talk to as many people as we can. We really get face to face, very close with people. We're sharing the same microphone, handing it back and forth, and it is truly just us trying to be as safe as possible. We just don't want to be stupid and regret any decisions. So I truly do hope that you guys can respect that and you can support us in our decisions to just try and go on the side of safety with this one. Right Side Broadcasting Network has in no way asked us or enforced us to wear masks or not to wear masks. This is completely our decision and what we've chosen to do for ourselves as well as our family. So it's also very difficult breathing in and out of these things. So I think kudos to the team who's willing to put up with this, to be out here, because we are still out here today despite possible bad things. Because we do want to show you this rally. We want to show you all these people, and even if they don't have masks on, we want to show you what it's like to be at a Trump rally. So really, we're putting ourselves out there. No one's forcing us to be here, but we want to be here because we want to show you guys what's going on. So please respect that. Please support us, and just know that we're not fake news. We just don't really know what's going on. I don't think anyone does. So it's better to be safe than sorry. Back to you, Jordan. And then Zoe has an interview.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a great point, Liz. We want to be safe to make sure we can continue coming to these rallies. Trust me, I think I speak for all of us when I say I don't want to be wearing this. It's extremely uncomfortable. It's extremely hot. But we're trying to do our best to protect ourselves, our families, and, of course, all the attendees here. We've been traveling. We've been on the road. So we could have contracted it somewhere and be an asymptomatic carrier. And we wouldn't want any of these awesome people behind me to possibly get sick. We just spoke to a supporter, a friend of a supporter who actually was, his life was taken due to the coronavirus. We have family members, as Liz mentioned. I have family members with pre-existing conditions. I have family members who are organ donors, who are organ transplant recipients, and their life, would be very critical if they were to contract this virus. So we're all doing our part. As Liz said, we really hope you can respect that. We immensely appreciate you tuning in and watching us, and we're just doing our best trying to get through this. It's new to us, it's new to you, it's new to everyone, but we're doing our best to be out here, and of course we're still out here providing coverage, and we hope the masks don't get in the way of that. I want to pass it off to Zoe in just a second, who has an interview with a supporter who's here, but before that I want to take a minute to thank our partners over at Disney Coins. They're a fantastic American precious metals company making silver and copper genuine coins commemorating the President of the United States and his accomplishments during this administration. There's a Build-A-Wall coin, there's a Trump train coin, there's a Conan the Dog coin. There are a huge variety of coins. Head over to DisneyCoins.com to pick up your limited edition coins today. They're made in the U.S. on American machines by Americans, and they donate 10% of their profits back to conservative causes. So it's truly a great company they are supporting. Make sure you use code RSBN at checkout for a percentage off. Again, that's DisneyCoins.com. Also wanted to let you know how you can continue to support Right Side Broadcasting Network, as we are majority viewer funded. Your guys' help and donations keep us on the road and ensure we can go to each and every one of the president's campaign rallies. You can head over to rsbnetwork.com/donate. That is the best method to donate. That is a tried, true, and trusted source. We get over 95% of the donations there. You can donate by credit card, debit card, or PayPal, and it's really the best place to donate. Also, you can donate on the YouTube Super Chat if you are watching there. There's a dollar sign in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. And click there, leave us a message, leave a donation, and your name will be highlighted in the chat. However, YouTube does take 30%, yes, 30% of that money. So if you want to make sure the most amount of money is going to Right Side, rsbnetwork.com is really the best way to go. If you're old-fashioned, you can send us a check, a physical check. That address is listed on our website. I'm also going to ask the moderators to drop that website, or that address, in the Super Chat. We love reading your guys' notes and messages you send to us. It really is one of the best parts of our job. Lastly, you can become a patron member. You can go to patreon.com/RSBN. There's multiple tiers, different membership levels. It's a set it and forget it thing. You just enter your credit card once and it's a recurring statement. So there's tiers from $1 all the way up to like $500 a month. So whatever you feel comfortable with, head on over and check out those for some exclusive perks. We're now going to pass it off to Zoe here, who has an interview with a Trump supporter. Zoe?
Thank you, Jordan. Yes, I just finished having a great conversation with Steven here. Steven, he is a native to Kansas City. Bear Man, but they call Bear Man. He is actually here in Oklahoma. You said, he mentioned to me earlier how he came in with a limo.
Yeah, with a limo.
Tell me a little bit about it.
27 feet of winning, baby. That's what I'm talking about. 4 bones on 100 spokes, large and in charge, big cars and movie stars.
Came in style.
In sex appeal.
In style. So, Stephen, tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me, when did you become a Trump supporter, and what drew you to him, and what were you always a conservative, Republican? Tell me.
Yeah, I walked away from the Republicans back in 2006. Once we gave them a trifecta from 04 to 06, they spent like drunken sailors, and they became, basically Democrats. So I walked away from them back then. Then they, half the country's wealth was stolen in broad daylight. September of 09, nobody goes to jail except Bernie Madoff, and he was stealing from his own people. Then, of course, they ushered in Obama to normalize Marxism in the United States of America, teeing it up for Hillary to do us in. I just, you think it'd be common sense you wouldn't vote for a guy named Obama for president of the United States, particularly since that wasn't even his real name, but,
Well, thank you for sharing that. One more question for you too. Where do you stand with all the issues that are taking place in today? Or I should say more recently with the whole BLM movement, the whole police, anti-police, anti-government, almost basically. Where do you stand with all that?
Well, the thing is that if you're going to burn down cities and defund the police, you're no friend of ours. These people are the same people that rigged an election, rigged an investigation, and rigged an impeachment process against the American people, and they lost all 3. They voted for a guy named Obama not once but twice, and he stole everything. That's why they were down on Epstein Island raping and eating those babies down there. Just look at the flight logs. They all knew who he was, what he did, where he did it. That's why they got on his plane to fly down there and do it with them. That's what the real problem is. It's pedophilia, and as soon as everybody finds out that all these people are pedophiles, that's when the party really begins.
Yes, we got to expose them for who they really are and give people the truth instead of continuing.
$65,000 worth of hot dogs. Please explain that to me. Wow. It's in their own emails.
Wow. Well, thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. I had one question for you. Yeah. Why do you choose today not to wear a mask?
Well, the reason why I don't wear a mask is because it's not easy being a trendsetter. People think it's easy. But it's not. It's a hoax. 99.7% survival rate. Are you kidding me? You've got Bill Gates running around like a psychopath trying to cram his vaccine down my throat, and I'm doing just fine without it, Bill. Didn't you go down to Epstein Island yourself? Epstein and Weinstein just doesn't sound like a Presbyterian problem to us.
Well, thank you for sharing that. But, of course, that does not go against the basic safety procedures that we should be doing at a daily basis, washing your hands, staying at least as far away as possible.
If you took that mask off, I'd make out with you.
Well, anyway, Stephen, it was so great talking with you, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Do you have anything else you want to say maybe to other Trump supporters who are watching who can't be out here?
Absolutely. Stars and bars, red, white, and blue home team, man. It's Trump 2020. They're throwing an octogenarian at us, struggling with dementia, trying to hide liquor on his breath, dealing with a son who just got a stripper pregnant down in Arkansas, cheating on his dead brother's wife.
Well, Stephen, again, thank you. Thank you so much for your time. You have a blessed day. Well, he had a lot to say, and we'll hear some more stories, I'm sure. And, thank you, Liz.
Okay, we're going to hop it off. There was some chanting going on over here. I'm going to see if we can snag some interviews. So if you guys just want to follow me back this way towards the line. Can I ask you some questions? Okay, cool. What's your name and where are you from?
My name is Shane Darby. I'm from Columbia, South Carolina. I'm actually from St. Matthews, but I live in Columbia, South Carolina.
Okay, I'm from Georgia, so I like the South-ish. I don't really know that area very well, but ish. It's over there. Yes. Okay, so y'all were over here. There was a lot of chanting. Did you come with friends today? Are you by yourself?
I came. He's from St. Louis. His name is Adrian Robinson. One of my best friends. He's energetic. He's very charismatic.
I can tell. But so are you. You're smiling from ear to ear. Are y'all out today selling Trump merchandise, or what brought you here?
We're here to sell, but we're also here to show people that, you know, they're actually
Blacks for
blacks
Trump.
for Trump. Man, his personality doesn't sell, but his policy does.
So what is it about President Trump that makes you want to come out here today and support him and show it on your T-shirt? I mean, you're not hiding anything today.
His policy, and I mean policy alone. Like, he's working hard. He's doing his job.
Do you think that President Trump supports that? It has hit lowest unemployment in decades under him. But no, you can be honest. I'm curious.
I have to be honest. I don't feel as if he's against us, but I also don't feel like we're a primary focus. I don't feel like we're, you know, he doesn't worry about our neighborhood quite as much as where his son lives.
Understood. So what do you think he could do to fix that connection, the disconnect between his administration and the African American community?
Him personally, is nothing he can do. He can talk all day long, but there's nothing that he can actually do that's going to fix that. It's the people. We the people have to come together. It's the actual country itself. The Americans have to come together.
How can we do that? I'm from Atlanta. There's so much going on right now.
It shouldn't be the black community, the white community, the Spanish community, the Chinese community. It shouldn't be that. We should just be Americans. We got to start and finish as Americans.
You guys are out here doing a great job. Thank you for coming out, supporting President Trump, but also being honest. I mean, I really enjoy it. Be honest with me. That's what I want to hear because I want to know how we can fix this. There's a divide right now in America. So we're also out here to figure out, you know, how to make tomorrow better. So thank you for your time, and I hope you guys have a great day. Stay safe. Okay.
I don't he comes over here, he flashes his gut, he says he's an atheist. That's all I got from the conversation.
So why are we upset with him?
I don't understand. He just came over here, he kept on trying to grab my mic, he wouldn't have a conversation with me. I really don't understand.
Scathing atheist, would you like to come speak with us?
Listen, I'm a hippie, I love everybody, I love you. No homo though. Come over here and talk. Let's have a conversation.
Either way, guys, I just wanted to jump on the mic and say that this is a perfect example of the left. I am seeing a lot of vitriol and hate coming out of this guy, and this is something that I've seen a lot from liberal and leftist protests, and it's unfortunate.